Attitude is everything. Attitude is absolutely everything. Did you know that attitude is one of the most significant factors in maintaining a healthy, non-toxic workplace? Did you know that? Did you also know that attitude is the difference maker when you get a diagnosis from a physician that tells you your days are actually numbered, which they really are? Did you know that attitude is such a strong component of living the best life ever? Yes, indeed. Attitude is very contagious. How do I know that? Because once upon a time, I had an attitude that sucked. I didn't even know it. It seemed like everything I touched went to pieces. It was almost like I was the cloud on a bright day. It was like I took the wind out of the sails of a boat. It was like I took out the air from a bagpipe or windpipe or trumpet. At the time, I never knew that whatever I felt was porous. In other words, it leaked out of me to my environment and to the people around me. I'm the leader of a team. I'm a firstborn child, so I was the leader among the kids. I'm a mom, so I'm the leader for my children. I'm a physician. I'm the leader of my team. Physicians have a very, very important role to play in the healthcare team. If the attitude of the physician is not good, I promise you, the team will have a hard time being cohesive, because a leader is one who sets the tone for a team. So why am I talking about attitude today? Because your attitude is what has put you where you are today. Let me say that one more time. Your attitude is what has put you where you are. It is said that your attitude determines your altitude. It's like a plane. The shorter the runway, the harder for it to lift. If your temper is short, that means every little thing irritates you, unnerves you. Let me tell you this. You are stunting your growth, because it takes time for you to process that everything you hear does not have to affect your inside. If you wake up with a bad attitude and do not have a morning routine to set your attitude back on track, your whole day is ruined, and it is ruined for everyone you come in contact with. Attitude that's not right is like a poison. It's like putting a little bit of cyanide in your food and saying, oh, it's just a little tad. It doesn't matter. Cyanide is cyanide. Cyanide is a poison. If you put it in your food, you're sure to come to harm. Attitude of gratitude is one way that I know that always helps. If you take a piece of paper and write 5 things every night about how you feel, about how your day was, or how you feel about a particular organization, or a particular project, or a particular person, or a particular relationship, I promise you, after several days of finding something to be grateful for, you will start to have a great attitude about that particular organization, person, or relationship. Because things are habits. The way we think makes us feel a certain way. The way we feel makes us do certain things. And what we do determines what we get. Did you know there's a story I'm going to tell you real quick? So there was a farmer and his son. They were trying to get a cow. A cow had come out of the pasture and was on the road, and they wanted to get the cow back into the pasture. They pushed it, they pulled the cow, they hit it. Guess what? The cow was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Just dug his heels into the mud. Then a little girl decided to come with a different attitude. The attitude of the girl was, what does this cow really want? So the little girl had a little honey, put it on her finger, put it in the mouth of the cow. The cow tasted it, and the girl moved back. The next thing you know, the cow moved towards the girl, and the girl kept moving backwards into the pasture, and the cow was getting licks from the honey and kept on moving. See, a good attitude is like honey. You attract more with honey than with something that tastes horrible. How is your attitude? One of my mentors, Dr. John C. Maxwell says, people feel you with the heart before they will give you their hand. In other words, you have to earn trust. And trust is earned with attitude, not with power, not with words, but your whole demeanor. Because I can tell you this, if I came on this video and audio and had an attitude of whatever, I don't even know if I want to do this, it will come through my speaking. It will. But I came with an attitude of, sis, you haven't done a video in a while. Get on with the program. You have all these things in you that you have experienced that you want to share with people to say, hey, I ain't perfect, but honey, I done learned some lessons. Because like Joyce Meyer would say, you know what experience is? I failed so many times. I know what doesn't work for sure. Bad attitudes don't work. Absolutely not. They do not work. I'm going to just tell you that straight up. So why am I telling you about having a good attitude? Because it works all the time. Even if the people around you don't change, you change. And the fact that you change is most important, because here's what it is. If people want to keep their bad attitude, that's none of your business. But your business is to be the light. There's two ways to light up a room. Two ways. When you walk into the room, you bring in the light. Or when you leave the room, the light comes. Which one are you? Do you bring the light with you? Or do you bring the light when you leave a place? Because either way, the room is lighted. But the question is, what kind of a person are you? Your attitude determines that. There was a time, like I said, I lit up the room when I left, and I didn't even know it. But through personal development, which is being aware of where I am and seeing the values that I want in my life, when I found I didn't measure up, I started working on those values. And you know what? I am way better than I was last year. Matter of fact, I'm way better than I was in November. Why? Because I'm still doing the work. Have I tripped? Of course I have. I can tell you the story of me getting on a plane, acting like pretty bad. Let's just put it that way. Pretty bad. Why? Because my attitude sucked. Because my attitude starts with my thinking. Whatever I think will become what I feel. Whatever I feel will determine what I do. And whatever I do will determine what I have. Because belief is the stories I tell myself which determine what kind of attitude I have. Or the attitude I have makes me tell myself certain stories. I told myself a story tonight. That's why I'm doing this podcast and I'm recording this video. I said to myself, if tonight was your last night, would you do this video? And I sat back and I said, wow, true that. I just want to share with you that I'm grateful to be alive. And in honor of that gratitude, I am doing this video to encourage you to do 3 things. 1, to decide tonight that your attitude will be the one of the person who walks into a room and lights up that room. Can you do that the rest of this year? Can you do that for the rest of your life? Every single day? Make sure when you walk into a room, you bring in the light. You bring in the gratitude light. It elevates your attitude. The second thing I want you to do for me is, if you like this, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel. I'll do my best to come as often as I should. But I'm not going to beat myself on the head if I don't. I'm not giving myself an out. It's just what it is. The third thing I would like you to do is write 3 things every single night that you're grateful for. You can write up to 5, but start with 3. 3 things. You know what I'm grateful for tonight? That I came and did this podcast and this video. That's number 1. Number 2, I'm grateful to be alive, to know my name. I'm also grateful for my family, for all the things we've been through this year and we're still standing. I'm grateful for you who are listening and watching. I think that's 4, right? And 5, I'm grateful that I get to do this tomorrow. But for today, it's good night. Thank you. Like, subscribe, and share with someone. God bless.